Virgos, welcome in. How are you all doing? So we are tapping in today to January 2025 for all of you Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus Virgos out there. How are you all doing after the holidays, after the end of the year? Hopefully your holidays went well. I was basically sick all December, so kind of ruined my holidays. I was thinking the other day, I need a redo of December. I'd like a redo. Oh, we had a flyer here, so I'm going to actually take that. So, oh, look at that magic. Glastonbury, Britain. I like that for you. So getting back to January here, we're going to tap in, get any information and guidance for you guys that can help you in regards to the month. Just give you some perspective, awareness. We'll see what comes up. This is a general read, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And we'll see what's going on for the start of the new year for you guys. Astrologically, we still have Mars in retrograde, which is really impacting everyone still. That Mars will go direct, I think it's February 23rd. So we still have like a little over a month and a half of that energy. So that is kind of going to keep us in this, like, if you're getting a little antsy or impatient or wanting some changes, that energy is of retrograde is really kind of a step back. It can feel like there's not a lot of movement or things happening because it's asking you to kind of take a pause and reassess, review, relearn, rediscover, anything with a re in front of it. You know, it's kind of an energy of maybe you feel like you're moving forward and then all of a sudden that retrograde makes you feel like all of a sudden you took like 5 steps back, or you actually just stopped right on your path and you're like, why are things stopping? Like, it's kind of that. So there's going to be resistance, especially, you know, with the collective of humans and how we approach life. January is kind of that month of, oh, we're starting a new year and let's take action and let's get in the gym, or let's, you know, what goals do we want to start working on? And this energy is actually really the opposite of that. So you're going to feel a lot of resistance right now, especially if you're trying to like initiate change, initiate action, wanting to like get motivated. It's definitely an unmotivating energy. So my guidance right now is really just flow with you. You know, as humans, we need to really flow with the natural energy of the universe and the energies of nature, of the planets. And that's what we need to learn to work with. And that's really what is going on energetically within us. That's who we really are. So it's kind of interesting that as humanity has evolved, we've actually created all these structures, measurements, things in place that actually do not align with the natural, like the natural calendar. Like this whole 12-month calendar does not align with the actual cycles of the moon, of the planet, of the way the earth moves, which is interesting because then that's why we have all these weird months. We have some months that are 31 days, some 28, 29, 30. It kind of doesn't make sense. Even, you know, as let's say for females, our cycles flow with the cycles of the moon. And yet, you know, again, there's not an alignment there. So the more you can move away from what these structures that have been implemented that don't really resonate naturally with us, this is a time to start to get in touch with your internal clock, your internal system, and listen to your intuition. Don't go against your intuition. If your intuition is telling you, no, it's not time to take action, it's time to rest, do that. Don't feel bombarded or pressured by the external world telling you, no, you got to have goals and you got to take action and you got to be doing stuff and be productive. Don't listen to that anymore. That's kind of where we're moving. So let's go ahead and see what's going on for Virgos in the month of January. So we have Magic that came out, Planning, Machu Picchu. For a very small few of you, and this doesn't always happen. Like, again, these time traveler cards do have a lot of locations on them, but for some reason, I am seeing for a small few of you, maybe you are looking to or have been wanting to go to South America, maybe even specifically visit Machu Picchu, and that's a sign, I think, for some of you to do that. We have then Flow, the River Nile, Egypt, 14. So this is kind of in line with what I was saying. When you can align with the natural flow of the elements of nature, of the universe, that's all of a sudden when you can harness the magic of the universal energy, which is then you aligning with. So when we think of this term of control, humans really only know how to control by what they see and interact with it externally, when in reality, true control is attained when you actually surrender and flow with the natural rhythm of, like I said, the universal oneness. And that is where magic happens. That's where we get miracles and manifestations and alignment and synchronicities. And that's where the steps we then take are really aligned with our highest and best path. And that's when our intuition, we can trust our intuition. So right now, I feel like there's more of a planning stage. I feel like it's not a time to take action. It's more of a planning, of reassessing, of rethinking, reconnecting internally with what is it we really want, and then learning how to go with the flow. And that might be hard for Virgos, because Virgos like plans. They're more practical. They like to have like step by step, right? So this is going to be something, Virgo, that may be a little unnatural for you, but that's okay, because just because you're a Virgo and you like, practicality, and you like steps, and you're more about the external because you are an earth sign, there's this essence of learning to flow with, again, which is more air energy, right? Air energy or water energy. Okay. So some magic, learning to harness the magic here to help you get more of support in manifesting and accessing things from a place of ease and flow, instead of resistance or trying to force things to happen, and really getting out of the old traditional. And that's really we're in the age of Aquarius now. Pluto moved into Aquarius in November. And this is a new energy that's, we're learning how to navigate now, and to kind of, we're stepping into this new energy. We went from Capricorn. Pluto was in Capricorn for a long time. So this is a new energy for us. So it's learning how to navigate with the new energy to use it to our advantage. So let's keep going here. What's unfolding for Virgos right now? What's bubbling under the surface? So we have the King of Swords, the Sun. Yep, there's that flow. It's like, what is it? What is the sun to us? What is that calling that is going to bring light into our life, bring happiness? That's the Magic. Chariot, there's that flow too. And when we align with the flow, things happen faster. But what's holding you back here, Virgos? We have the Eight of Swords, which is a very stuck energy, Seven of Swords, and then the Magician and the Devil. And I'm going to pull this Ace of Cups. So there's definitely resistance here in you learning how to go with the flow, basically. Because you want to manifest things, but you're coming from a place of fear. So you tend to always, you're in the mind a lot more. You're in your mind. And the fear really lies more in your emotional state here. And there needs to be a rejuvenation of your emotions, a reconnection. I'm getting a reconnection during this Mars retrograde with your emotional body, Virgos. So spend more time really feeling into your emotions throughout the day, seeing how you're really feeling, and, you know, allowing yourself to feel and express what you're feeling. Because I feel like there's something that you want to focus and do things that make you happy, but there's something going on where you're too stuck in your head to just enjoy life. You're overthinking things. There could be a certain situation that you're looking at doing, and maybe there's a planning aspect to this, but you're really overthinking this. You're over-engineering something. You could be tied to some of you. A few of you could be tied to somebody who, I don't really like the magician and the devil together. They're trying to get their way. There's definitely some manipulation going on here. And I don't want to say that maybe there is some of you where this person is actually not coming from a great place, but it could just be their natural state because of trauma they've endured. And this is their only way of knowing how to, again, control. We're talking about control here. There's a theme. So someone's trying to get what they want out of a situation. I feel like for some of you, you're not seeing this. Like, this person is blindfolded. I feel like that's you. You're not seeing this. And then this Seven of Swords guy is behind you. And you're really not seeing this coming. I would just be cautious of anyone around you that maybe is trying to work with you. There could be a project or something that they have a goal here. And they're, with these three cards together, I feel like they're willing to do whatever it takes to get what they want, which could potentially lean on some. It could end up biting you in the butt. And they could be hiding something from you in regards to this. So I would just, for some of you, if that resonates, I would just be a little cautious in regards to this person. I wouldn't put all your eggs in their basket right now, or just totally go along with what they want. You really need to be intuitively connecting to yourself, doing your own planning to make sure you're supported and you have what you need out of a situation. And I think I was so caught in the reading, I just realized Jupiter decided to come join the party here. So there is luck on your side right now, Virgos, with this, with Jupiter here. So, right, Jupy? Gonna try and move him a little bit. Okay, let's see. Divine, we got the Wheel of Fortune, the Strength card, and the Six of Swords. So I do feel like your luck is changing. This could be something that you've been dealing with, and you're trying to, maybe this is something you're aware of, or someone who betrayed you in the past, and you are trying to overcome this and find your strength and confidence in standing up for yourself, and really, again, focusing on things that you want, that make you happy, not just doing what other people want you to do, Virgo. Because I do feel like you're really focused on this year, I feel like, looking at creating more ease in your life. And you want to move forward with people, and you want everyone to be on board with kind of this with kind of the same thing. Like, if you're dealing with someone, you're like, hey, let's just focus on ease this year. Let's not kind of try and bite off more than we can chew, or, You know, let's think of what's really in our best interest. Like, is this really in our best interest long term from a fulfillment perspective? There's definitely something here. And maybe you're planning something or working on something that someone really wants to do. And you're just maybe not as bought into this. Because I do feel like almost too, someone is good at talking you into doing things that you intuitively just don't feel is right for you. So 2 of the Lovers, 5 of Cups, and the 10 of Swords. Ugh. Let me pull the rest and we'll see, because there's definitely something that isn't looking great here. 9 of Pentacles. So for some of you, there could have been some sort of investment or something you've put your time and money into that really did not, it kind of blew up in your face or didn't really pan out, and there was some sort of loss. Or it's something you've been trying to overcome. So this could even be like a loss, like a death in the family that happened that you really, it took you a long time to try and work through and get kind of on the other side of where you're feeling better and not just so lost in grief and sadness. This could be a situation that you dealt with in the past, but you know, you've really we're focusing on overcoming the past and overcoming things from a personal perspective, because something ended. This could be something that really ended badly. But I think there's a lesson here for you of like, you had to go through this to learn how to become more of yourself, to authentically become you and connect with more of who you are. I think, Virgo, there for a long time, or even maybe your whole life, you were so lost in everybody else and who everybody wanted you to be that you really got lost as far as a connection with yourself, lost with your intuition. I think you really pushed your intuition away most of the time. But there is a decision here. It's like you're choosing love, but you're choosing the love within yourself and choosing to love yourself. And choosing to love yourself does sometimes mean that you do need to stand up to people and speak your truth and have your boundaries and say, no, I don't want to do that something, or I'm not going in that direction because that direction just doesn't seem right for me. There is definitely something here about, like, the 9 of Pentacles is really about that alignment with you and feeling good in who you are and creating abundance for yourself as well. So there could be also a decision coming up that you have to make a choice to do something or not. And I feel like you're going to choose not to, because not doing it is going to be what's right for you. And I think you just need to stand your ground and feel confident in your decision, even if you, if other people are pushing back up against you. Yeah, there's some sort of crossroads that you're going to face where you have to make some sort of choice about what direction you're going to go in. It could be a decision with a partner or something, but you need to, don't be afraid that you really knowing that you don't want to do something is going to, there could be some fear around not choosing the path that someone else or other people want you to take, but you need to do what's right for you here. And this is going to be a lesson, like a pivotal lesson point for you to, like, did you learn the lessons? Have you learned the lessons from the past? It could be about a move. It could be about a move or a trip too. It could be as simple as something about a trip, but there could be some big conversation about this. And I think you really need to speak your truth, and don't let someone manipulate you. Don't let them get you to, I almost feel like someone does try to manipulate you to try and almost like like use your emotions against you to make you believe that what you're feeling isn't actually real, which is called gaslighting, just so if you're not aware of that. I do feel this real sense with these. Again, we have the Seven of Swords, the Magician, and the Devil. I don't like that energy. And if someone is encompassing that, which usually means there is, I would be very cautious of, especially if you're having a big conversation about a big decision, you need to be highly aware of what's going on and be aware of these patterns in this person, and don't let them kind of bulldoze you here. Because I feel like there's something they really want, and I just feel like you're not feeling it. You're intuitively like, I don't think this is a good choice. And if it has to do with investing money or something big, I do feel like potentially it would be a bad investment or be a bad decision and could cost you some financial losses as well. There's something about loss right in the middle. And let me just see one more here for the Five of Pentacles or Five of Cups. This is tied to somebody. Yes, so I do feel like potentially this is a spouse or partner. If what I said earlier about if this was like an ending of a relationship in the past that really impacted you, it could refer to a marriage or some sort of connection from the past that you've worked a lot to kind of overcome. Yeah, definitely. I feel like you're in a better place with this. I feel like you've gone through a lot of battles in your life, especially in regards to something that was really, really, it really got you really hard. I mean, this was a huge loss. This had a lot of grief around it. But I see like you gaining, you're kind of coming out of this with more confidence, more understanding of who you are, what you want, what's right for you, and what you're not willing to do and sacrifice, again, in the name of, again, keeping the peace or doing what other people want you to do. There is some lesson here. And for some reason, this is popping up again, I feel like this month, because it's almost like sometimes it's like, and I hate it too, but sometimes there is tests. Like the universe sometimes does have to put a test in front of you again, just to be like, hey, have you learned the lesson, or are you kind of repeating the pattern again here? So that's the question. Have you learned the lesson? And I think the only way, if you're listening to this, there's a reason, because I think you need to be really objective this month and really be highly cognizant of yourself and your intuition in comparison to what you maybe naturally, your natural reactivity is. If for some reason that reactivity from you is, if someone's trying to get you to do something and you intuitively don't really want to do it, but yet you're like, oh, but this person really wants this, and you know, and it's natural for you to just go along with it. I think you need to be highly aware of this. And also, I would call people out on their BS. If you're starting to see some really toxic behavior patterns from people who always try to get you to do what they want you to do, I think you need to call people out on their bullshit, on their patterns here, and say that you're aware of what they're doing and you're not okay with that, and that you have the right to feel a certain way about something. And if you don't want to do it, then you don't want to do it. Okay, so that kind of seems to be the big message here for January. So Virgos, lots to think about here, but I'm going to leave you with that. If this resonated and you like the message, hit that like button. And, you know, we are starting a new year here on the channel as well. So I'm interested. I'm reassessing kind of what kind of videos I want to do this year. So in the comments, let me know if there's any videos that you are interested in hearing or having me do. And yeah, try to do more for you guys, so that obviously the readings I do is to support you guys and help all of you out there in the best way possible. So always interested in your feedback there. But Virgos, you have a great January, and I will see you in the next reading.